Hello, everyone. My name is Chadwick Becker with Applied Research Associates, and welcome to another edition of the Designer's Corner. Today's video, we're going to look at the design comparison component. We're going to go through an example of how it could be used to correct mistakes in a design's input. We're going to use the tool to correct an issue we suspect is due to an invalid calibration factor value. We'll compare the design in question to a known good design to see where the differences are located, and then we'll rectify the issue in the design editor and recheck our work in the design comparison tool. So the design comparison component can be accessed by selecting the design comparison navigation menu item right over here on the left. This is going to open up a new component that's going to allow us to select a design to compare to one or more other designs. For the video, you can see in the designs component, I've preloaded 3 designs here. We have one design that has a mistake in it called Oops Design 1, and another design that has my agency's correct inputs called Good Design 1. I went ahead and included a third design to compare that is a copy of Good Design 1 called Good Design 2, just so you can see how the multi-design comparison functions. I've made some small changes to Good Design 2 just for the demonstration. And then I want to note that for the designs to be compared, they do have to be loaded into the designs workspace first. So let's jump right into the comparison. So I'm going to click on Design Comparison here on the left. And on the left, we have our base design, and on the right, we have designs to compare to the base design. So we're going to select Oops Design 1. We want to have that be compared with Good Design 1 and Good Design 2. So we'll click those, and then I'll hit the Compare button. And the first table that we see is the comparison results table that has 2 sections in it. It's actually going to have a section for each design that you're comparing the base design to. And so you can see the first one here is the results of Oops Design 1 versus Good Design 1, and it has 2 results. And we expected it to have those results because, you know, we looked ahead and said, yeah, there was actually a mistake in this one. So we can see that the calibration coefficient value here, 0.131, is not the same as in our good design, 1.31, and then obviously the names of the 2 designs are different. If we come down here and we look at Oops Design 1 versus Good Design 2, we'll see the same thing, this 0.131 versus 1.31. And then there are several other differences between the 2 designs. And again, I just put these in for demonstration purposes. So you can see we have a different number of layers in one versus the other, different AC thicknesses, different design life. The absorptivity value for the AC layer is different. The design IRI, initial IRI is also different. Obviously, the names are different. And then the traffic ADTT is also different between the 2 projects. It might be the case that you're comparing 2 designs. These tables can get kind of big, especially when you introduce things like traffic and climate into the picture. And while you might want to compare other aspects of the designs, you might not want to see the traffic or the climate data. Because you know that they're going to be different because they're for different design locations. And so you can come up here and click on Filter Settings and expand the ME Design project. And these are the programmatic names of all the objects in the system. And you can actually just search. So if we wanted to say not show one of the let's say the climate data, I can actually go in and just uncheck the climate object, and it won't do that comparison at all. You can then come back to the design selection and rerun the comparison, and the climate data won't show up in the list anymore. So let's go back to the designs workspace and fix the calibration mistake that's in Oops Design 1. So I'm gonna click the edit pen to go into it. I'm gonna go straight to calibration. And I'm going to find that 0.131 value. Here it is, in AC bottom-up cracking. Change that to 1.31 because I know that's the correct value now. And then I'm going to go back to design comparison and just check it. So we'll compare the Oops Design 1 with these 2 good designs, rerun the comparison, and we can see that the calibration factor value is no longer present in the comparison list, so that the values are not equal. The only difference between our designs are the design name. So the design comparison component is a really powerful tool. It can help you quickly identify and correct issues in your designs. It can also be used to compare designs to ensure that they're the same or to see how they differ. And that can be useful when you're trying to understand why a design isn't behaving as expected or has unexpected outputs. And with that, we'll conclude today's video. We hope to see you next time on the Designer's Corner.